So, recently I bought the game Total War Remastered, and I figured to myself that I was basically going to play this game and show you guys the grand campaign for one of the Roman factions. But then I learned that the tutorial wasn't working in the Remaster, or to be more precise, it wasn't there. And I thought to myself, you know what, let's go into the tutorial in the original one. Show off the prologue, basically. Then we'll go into the, grand campaign for, Julii, Scipii, or Brutii. I think it'll probably be Julii, because that's what the prologue's basically based on, so... we'll see. Isn't that a lovely opening? On the bottom, we're gonna see the opening for like the remastered, and you will not be awed, to say the least. But whatever. A collision at sea can ruin your entire day. So true. All right, so this is the original Rome Total War, and it has a prologue, which is basically absent from the remastered. Also note, by the way, there's also like easy, medium, hard, and very hard difficulties for like both the games, but I think they're basically changed between the two. And let's see here. There's also an option for like governors have to basically manage the like summons in like the remastered, as opposed to like here where it was not a thing. And also there's more factions, but whatever. Just want to quickly show it off so you can see what what it's gonna be like when we actually play remastered. So, the Sons of Mars, the House of Julii, 329 BC. You are the new leader, pater familias, of a young and upcoming noble patrician family. You have been given a military command by the Senate and people of Rome, SPQR, and must help forge a safe, strong, and lasting empire in Italy. Your first objective are to repel a barbarian attack just near Rome, and then move on to take control of the town of Tarquinii to the northwest of Rome. As your tutor will have told you, it is up to you to seize the day. Carpe diem. Become the ruler of Rome and control these 50 provinces. Not really valid for the prologue, but whatever.
The year is 329 BC. Italy. Warring city-states vie for power and superiority over their neighbors. The Senate and people of Rome control the Latin states, but enemies surround them. The Republic stands at a crossroads in history.
Romans, senators, friends. Latium is firmly under the rule of the Senate and people of Rome. The Latin people are now one. Not since noble Brutus drove out the last king have we known such a glorious day. But now, my friends, in this hour of glory, we must be on our guard. To the south, treacherous Greeks and Samnites block our trade. Tarquinii groans beneath the tyrant's heel. That tyrant threatens Rome. Will we abandon Tarquinii? And now barbarians raid from the north, burning and pillaging Roman lands. Shall we let danger fester and grow? Or will we act as Romans, with courage and dignity? Remember, we are the sons of Mars! As Senate leader, I call upon tribunes Gaius Julius and Decius Brutus to smash the Gauls and relieve Tarquinii. All those in favor say aye.
A disorderly mob is no more an army than a heap of building materials is a house. Socrates.
I am Victoria, your advisor. I will be your guide through the world of Rome Total War. Follow my instructions and you will learn everything you need to know. To continue, left-click the dismiss button on this panel or my portrait.
Now, I want to note that, like, you know, one of the reasons I'm basically showing this tutorial is because it's basically something to actually sort of get you into, like, this game.
This is the area around Rome. Parts of the map you have not yet explored are shrouded in darkness. As you move your armies further afield, cities, armies, and the lay of the land are revealed to you.
And
this is Rome,
okay,
the eternal city of the Seven Hills, home of the Senate and the people of Rome. At this stage there is no empire, just Rome, with the Senate ruling and a few great families such as yours vying for power. You play the Julii, one of Rome's great families. At this stage, this is your only army, and you own no cities. Your mission is to assist the Senate in extending the power of Rome. Later, much later, you may have ambitions to take control from the Senate and become emperor. An army of Gauls is approaching from the north, and the Senate have sent an army under Captain Decius to intercept them. He has requested your assistance. Normally, each faction makes its moves in turn, but I'll move your army for you to get us to the battle.
Alright, I assume that's basically going to, like, you know, give me a chance basically to talk a little bit. So, note at this point, basically, like, Rome has, like, you know, conquered, like, you know, Italy at this point in this campaign. I guess there's, like, an allied town basically over here, but, whatever.
Sir!
The mouse controls are a little bit over the place because, you know, I haven't played this in a while, but whatever.
Engage the enemy!
Battle is about to commence. Get ready to defend Rome from the barbarian horde.
Alright. One of the things I really liked about this, like, you know, tutorial is that basically gets you, like, into, like, the game step by step. And it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, how, like, StarCraft is how, like, it's like an opening demo, or to some extent, like, you know, Warcraft. The Warcraft just basically give you the first, you know, few missions.
Ave, General. I am Marcus, trusted centurion and military advisor to your family. I will watch your actions on the battlefield and show you how to command magnificent armies and crush your enemies for the glory of Rome. Now, let's take a look at the battlefield. As you enter a battlefield, your view starts by facing to the north with armies deploying according to the locations they occupied on the campaign map. Your army joined the battle from east of the river, so it starts here. The Senate army joined battle from the southwest of the bridge, so it starts here. The invading Gaul army started in the northwest, so it starts here. The Gauls are beginning an attack. Let's take a closer look at the action. This is the acting commander of the Senate's legions, Captain Decius. He's a junior member of the Senate's faction.
Units! Move out!
Remember, the strength of a Roman army lies in its disciplined legions. They are the envy of the civilized world. Barbarian armies rely on brute force, strength of will, and an all-out charge to batter their enemies into submission. Once broken, they are easily crushed. The Senate has promised a reward to the soldiers who bring them the head of the Gaulish warlord, Dumnorix.
Those skirmishers are about to play.
It looks like neither army has summoned the will to engage just yet. Skirmishing could go on for a while. This is a good chance to show you how easy it is to command armies like these. This is your general, Gaius Julius, your faction leader on the campaign map and commander in the field. He is the most important unit. His wisdom and courage give both strength and morale to the soldiers around him. Use him wisely, and victory is certain. You can rotate your camera view by pushing your mouse cursor to the edges of the screen, or hold down left-click on the ground and use your left or right cursor keys to rotate around the cursor. Your cursor keys move the camera left, right, forwards, and backwards. Try this now.
Well, whatever.
General!
I gotta basically try and adjust the mouse here. It's a little bit too overwhelming, so this is video, not what I want. I want controls. I might not be able to adjust that. That's annoying. Hopefully I can do that in Remastered. See, I know that you can basically use the arrow keys to like move around in the old game here. You can use WASP basically a new one.
To select your general's cavalry unit, left-click on the unit card or left-click on the actual unit. If you can't see your unit, double left-click on the unit card to move your view to that unit. When you're ready, right-click on the area of the battlefield indicated. You may need to use your camera controls to view the indicated area. Right-click on a destination to make the unit move there. While a selected unit is moving, you can use the movement toggle button to change your unit's speed.
So,
you might want the camera to follow a selected unit automatically. If so, use the delete key. Your camera view will lock on the selected unit. Use the delete key to unlock the camera again.
Sort of standard, like, sort of like, go here.
Double left-click on the unit card indicated. These triarii are elite Roman spearmen. They are the backbone of a Roman army. You'll see that the camera pans directly to a unit if you double left-click on it. If you use a single left-click, it will select the unit card, but not change your view. Our maneuvering has attracted the attention of the enemy cavalry, and they're coming this way. Archers are vulnerable to cavalry attacks. Protect them by moving your triarii spearmen in front of them.
Get my spearman over here.
The triarii unit spears are one of the best weapons against cavalry. To attack the cavalry, move your mouse over the barbarian cavalry unit. When the cursor becomes a sword, double right-click to charge the barbarian scum.
Attack!
How much of a charge bill? Well,
Make sure you don't let your troops chase fleeing enemy units unless all enemy units on the battlefield are routing. It will just tire your troops and leave your other forces vulnerable. Use the halt button to stop a unit.
Halt! Triarii! Attack!
The enemy are now sending archers against us. Select your archers by left-clicking on them or their unit card. Now, right-click to attack the indicated enemy archer unit. Make sure you don't march your own archers into any hand-to-hand fighting. Archers default to skirmish mode and make poor hand-to-hand soldiers. Now select your general's cavalry unit and then double right-click on the enemy archers to cut them down. Always remember, you have nearly finished dealing with these barbarians. When they...
I skipped that a little bit, but whatever.
With multiple units, it can be a good idea to select them all at once when giving them orders. Units acting together can be more effective than on their own. Use Ctrl-A to select all your units. You can use the return key to deselect units.
These guys running?
Another method of unit selection is to left-click on the terrain near a unit, drag the selection box around a group of your units, release the mouse button. You don't have to do this now. The game is now paused. You can do this at any time during a battle by clicking on the pause button or by pressing P on your keyboard. While paused, you can still move the camera and give units your orders. You can use the game speed buttons next to the pause button if there is a lull in the fighting or you want to speed up a battle you are winning. Don't use them in this battle or you will miss important information. Remember, to continue, you must left-click on the play button.
Oh, I can't press P? Yeah, hitting P works.
The barbarians have noticed that we are moving to the bridge. Now that you're ready to attack the enemy, move your triarii spearmen to the left flank of the enemy. Use your archers and general as close support.
General!
When moving troops around on the battlefield, it is a good idea to walk them unless they are either mounted or close to the enemy.
Here ourselves a skirmisher warband coming for us.
Get across that river and kill the remaining enemy. When crossing a bridge in battle, it is best for units to cross as fast as they can. Troops can be vulnerable to enemy attack during a crossing. The barbarians have started a full-scale attack. Hurry!
Alright, let's join the battle. Oh, there's my general doing around here like a madman. Stabbed the guy in the back, apparently. I've always found it hard getting these guys to sort of do what you want to for a proper attack, but whatever.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack!
And we win.
Victory from her generals, and this day is clearly our victory!
There we go, clear victory.
This scroll contains a full statistical unit-by-unit breakdown of your army's performance in the battle.
Yeah, breakdown of everything that basically died and what I basically killed. So my Roman general basically got 0 experience from this. He sustained 2 casualties, but he inflicted 121 of them himself. ends up with 22 men. Julii basically lost, like, 4 guys, inflicted 66 kills. One of the casualties basically got, like, healed, so even though it says for here, one was his back, so it's 39. Roman archers didn't suffer any casualties, they killed 4 people. Lucky them.
This scroll contains a full statistical unit-by-unit break.
An alliance with the powerful is never to be trusted. Phaedrus.
Now you've learnt the basics of the battlefield, I'm going to show you how to play on the campaign map. Battles last just a day, but building an empire takes time. On the campaign map, time is divided into turns, each lasting 6 months. If you look at your army, you will see that the Senate has rewarded you with some military units. These will go some way to helping you expand your power. You have also received a special payment to help pay for the campaign you have just fought. The controls on the campaign map are similar to the battlefield. Left-click selects things, and right-click moves them. If you want to look around the map, use the up, down, left and right cursor keys, or just push your mouse cursor to the edge. Double-clicking on most things opens up the scroll with more details. The first time you see any scroll, I'll tell you what it's all about, but if you forget, you can always click on the question mark in the top right of a scroll. Don't do this now, as I have some more important things to tell you. You have selected your army. You'll notice that as soon as you do this, the panel at the bottom of the screen fills with unit cards. Your general, Gaius Julius, gets a card of his own for him and his bodyguard. Use right-click to move all your units to the edge of the green movement area. Try moving where the arrow is pointing. The edge of the green area is the furthest point you can move to from your current position in one turn. Selecting an area beyond this will require more than one turn of movement.
March!
Remember, when moving your armies around the map, it is best to do so in force. Moving your forces around in very small armies or as individual units leaves them very vulnerable to attack. Keep your units grouped together.
I.e., you'll be picked off in
The
detail.
panel at the bottom of the screen gives details on whatever you have selected and has buttons that bring up a variety of scrolls. You may also have noticed that when you hold the mouse pointer over things, a handy tooltip pops up telling you what it is. You can look at these later by yourself in more detail, but for now, I'll explain what each button does. This is your overview of the world. It allows you to see territories owned by factions you have contact with at a glance. It also shows your own territories. At present, there is little to show, but I'm confident it will get busy later on. This displays your currently selected character or settlement. From here, you can cycle through all your characters, armies, and settlements with the arrows to the side. Open an information scroll for a selected character or settlement by double left-clicking on the related item on the campaign map. Controlling a faction requires more than just a strong sword arm and a treasury full of cash. From here, you can examine the state of your faction, keep track of your heirs, and make policy decisions. If you open this scroll, you can use the tabs you will see at the top to examine information about the Senate, diplomacy, your financial status, and other faction information. This shows the current season and lets you know if you are going to be fighting in summer or winter. This is important when you are fighting in the frozen north or in the arid deserts where bad weather can win or lose a battle. This is the end turn button. When you decide you have completed all your actions for a turn, you can click on this to advance the game. You have already moved your army, so now would be a good time to end the turn.
Alright, now I feel it's a good time basically sort of speak. So, yeah, I'm wondering like how much of these details are going to be like the same basically in like, the remastered version. So,
Imperator!
I like right click basically get information on this guy. You see like, what's basically like, available to be recruit here. So, mercenaries, Samite mercenaries. So, bonus fighting cavalry, combat bonus from woods, can sap. Wow, these guys have a high recruitment cost. Though it could be because I'm like, you know, Roman and maybe don't like me. Oh, here's the BD heals for my bodyguard. The bodyguard changes by as you go along the game, so something basically keep in mind. See all the stuff basically this guy got going for him. Check for watchtower.
Forts and watchtowers can only be constructed by an army led by a family member. Watchtowers enable you to see into territory that is adjacent to your own, whereas forts enable the defence of strategic positions where there are no settlements. Your army can build a fort in any region. Watchtowers can only be built in a region under your control.
Basically important to know. And yeah, there's like the overviews. Now, apparently this has been overhauled for like the remastered, where they actually have like different ways of like, you know, viewing like your family and stuff like that. So you can actually like, change like, you know, who's going to be like your heir, who's not going to be your heir. Flash rankings. Send office list. More stuff we'll get into when I actually play the game.
It is now a new campaign turn. You will see that the money in your treasury is going down. In fact, you are borrowing from moneylenders. This is because you are paying wages to your army but have no income. You will need to capture a settlement to give you an income. Money is essential to build settlements or troops. The circle button on the control panel is where you can see a summary of your empire's income and expenditure for the turn. At the moment, you have no empire, so there's not much to see there, other than the ongoing expense of maintaining your army. From time to time, you will see a small picture slide down the left side of your screen. These are messages detailing important events that have occurred. It is important to read them as and when they appear. You can left-click on a message to open it. Right-click will dismiss it. You might notice a button in the bottom left corner of these scrolls. This will focus your view on the subject of the message.
So wants me to take that Greek town right there.
The mission to capture Tarquinii gives you a chance to earn a reward from the Senate and to gain a settlement which will give you an income. It's the first step towards building an empire and should solve your money problem. To attack or siege a settlement, left-click on the army you want to attack with, and then right-click on the target settlement. Depending on how far you are from Tarquinii, it may take you more than one turn to get there. If you can't get there in one turn, hit end turn after you have moved, and repeat until you have reached your target.
Attack!
Oh, let's attack it now.
This scroll contains your options for besieging enemy settlements. Left-click on Show Me How for further details.
So, show me how right here.
This scroll contains your options for besieging enemy settlements. Left-click on Show Me How for further details.
Not sure what a show me how is, but, oh.
Left-click the Maintain Siege button to begin starving the enemy out. However, before following this course of action, you must consider that the settlement may have enough supplies to be able to survive for several turns before falling, or that the enemy may be reinforced by another army in that time. If you already have onagers in your army, then you can attack straight away.
Which I do. So, I'll note the buttons basically here. I could build a ram basically to attack the fortress with, or the town with. Lift the siege basically to cancel the siege. Assault it basically like, you know, attacks right away. And then maintain the siege like, you know, maintains it for a turn. I could build battering rams if I want to. So you know what? Let's attack it right away.
Winning a battle isn't just about troop numbers. The balance of unit types and general's command ability are essential. Look at the army strength ratio and any reinforcement information before committing your troops. The buttons on the right of this scroll represent your battle options. Mouse over them to see what each one does.
So fight battle and battle map, automatic resolve, or withdraw from battle. Well, let's just fight this on the map. Now, I could use a battering ram to hit the gate, but we'll just use the Anj to break it down.
There stand the Greeks, ready to fight or die. Today, I think we should send as many of them as possible to Hades. They stand alone. No friend has come to this place to die for them. Does this not say something about their honor? They're standing among nations. We are the largest army our people have in the field. They expect great things of us as a result. And we are the men to do great things. Nothing else is worth doing. They have been lulled into a false sense of security by a few feet of defensive wall, as if that will protect them. There is no advantage in numbers to either side. Therefore, skill and courage will be the keys to this day's battle. Yet, for all that, we are the stronger within ourselves. We are the greater warriors. Those people have never met us on a field of battle. After today, they will flee at the sound of our approach. When I set my heart on an attack, I do so knowing that I will win, that my men will win, that victory is within reach. All we need to do is stretch out and grasp the foe firmly by the throat.
Gotta love the journal speeches.
The gods have surely smiled upon us. The omens are so numerous and so in our favor that I cannot describe them all and still have time for a battle today. I want to see blood. I want to bathe in their blood. I want to bathe in their blood for a week. Now, kill them all!
Okay, I think that's basically it. Now, note you can press wait to sort of like wait to, like, you know.
Remember, the goal here is to capture the settlement, not destroy it. Buildings destroyed on the battlefield will also be destroyed on the campaign map. To capture the settlement, either kill or rout the entire enemy army, or reach the central plaza and hold it.
Now, note that yes, you can actually wait to sort of like have better conditions if like it's raining or stuff like that. So, I could do that if I need to. Let's see here. There's the gate. Doesn't really have anything around it, so.
General, units! Battle group!
Get these guys a little bit closer.
Units, march!
Now, I'll note this like formation is basically very like, you know, reminiscent of like, you know, how basically the Romans basically like, you know, set up their battles. The Triad were basically veteran soldiers that basically like, you know, skewered basically anyone who basically fled from the lines. And then like you had like, you know, the hostility and like Prince Peace basically at the front. And then, of course you have like, you know, the skirmishers and archers and everything else basically in the middle there. This guy on like, you know, the side.
Use your onagers to smash down the walls of the enemy settlement by left-clicking to select your weapons and right-clicking to target them. However, remember to keep them out of range of any enemy artillery and position defensive troops close by.
Well, that didn't take long. Yeah, I can actually send like my catapult to actually like bombard these guys a little bit, so. See if we get any hits. Oh, someone died there. There's a battle timer, by the way, but I mean, you have plenty of time to certainly kill these guys, so... Oh, there's an attack.
It is possible to set alight artillery ammunition to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming ammunition has reduced accuracy but is more devastating when it lands and has a greater effect on morale. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to do this.
Basically click on it, then click on this.
You've pressed the Special Unit Abilities button for the first time. This turns on any special formations or abilities of the unit you have selected. As you select different units, you'll see the button change. Not all units have a special ability, and the button is grayed out for them.
You notice how much like the accuracy reduced here and stuff? If it hits, it's great. But that really actually hurts the morale a lot. And like sets stuff on fire and...
A well-placed rock can kill a lot of enemy troops, but it's hard to hit anything smaller than a settlement wall with these machines. Target dense concentrations of enemy units so that you hit something even if it wasn't what you aimed at.
Basically if I hit the archers here, then I hit the stuff behind or stuff in front. Oh, there's a good hit. Back down a little bit more. I'm not sure if towers can hit me at the front gates here, so... maybe move them up a little bit. Yeah, I can control by able to add stuff in, so... Getting a little closer.
It is possible to set alight arrows to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming arrows have reduced accuracy but are more devastating when they land and have a greater effect on morale. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to do this.
Oh! Yes, it is possible to accidentally kill your own troops if you're not lucky.
The best way to clear away enemy missile infantry is a direct cavalry charge. However, be wary of them retreating to difficult terrain for your cavalry to manage, or to where there are friendly units that could threaten you.
worth noting they can actually fire at me as well, but you know. You know, you actually have to actually attack if you want to do that.
Onagers fire large rocks and are mainly intended for use against walls and buildings. They can cause casualties amongst troops too.
Oh! Kill so many archers there. Yeah, we're gonna extinguish the flames so I don't kill any more own troops. Gonna start charging at this point.
Our soldiers have captured the walls! Now is the time to press on and capture this place!
Yeah, capture this place.
One of your units is under attack from an enemy missile unit. You are currently using close formation. It is more difficult to hit a loosely spaced formation than a tightly packed one. Change to a loose formation by left-clicking on the button to the right of the review panel. Left... Once your men are in combat, you can make them break off just by right-clicking on a point behind them. Make sure you click well back though, or the unit will stop too close to the enemy. This can be a useful trick if your men are faster than the enemies. Otherwise, it will likely be a disaster. However, there will always be a few men who ignore the order, so a few losses are inevitable.
I really want to charge at this point these guys, because, you know... I take the plaza, we win, so...
Lower quality infantry are useful for engaging and holding the enemy in place while you go round their side or rear. But the lower the troop quality, the less time you have before they break and rout.
I gotta be careful with my drone, by the way, because there's, you know, spearmen around here to kill me instantly, so... I'll avoid that. Charge! These guys away from Flanix.
press the skirmish mode button for the first time. This button Attacking spearmen from the front is a good way to kill off your cavalry units. Attack from the flank or rear, or better still, use some infantry. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit.
Yeah, we are slowly coming, these guys, but whatever. We'll wait in a few minutes if they don't kill me. I guess I lost my archers, by the way. They got caught probably by the enemy. They're broken.
Spearmen are the best troops for defeating cavalrymen. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit. Your general is in difficulty. Send help or withdraw him from combat. If he is killed, your army may panic and run.
The enemy general flees! Press forward! Great gods be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
Peltas over here. Basically skirmishes for Greeks.
The enemy army is in flight! Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield!
I'll note it makes no sense to continue this battle, so we're just gonna end it. If you basically don't end it, then you have to fight them, so they're all gonna die anyways, but basically, like, you know.
Victory worthy of Roman arms!
It makes more sense basically if, like, you know, in a summit you basically always, like, you know, just end it right there. You can run the skirmishers or, like, you know, fleers basically in the rounding troops basically in, like, you know, field battles, but not really in summons because it's not really worth it. So yeah, not my archers, they suffer 40 casualties. Two are alive, but, you know, probably not gonna get that back. My archers got more experience from this apparently. It is right to learn even from the enemy. Ovid. Yes, the Romans are very good about learning from their enemies.
Victory!
Well done. You have freed the Tarquinii from tyranny. The Senate of Rome has voted to allow full citizenship to the Tarquinii. You must now develop this settlement and put business in order. This will take less time if you do not enslave or exterminate a settlement.
So if you basically enslave it, you take their population, distribute it elsewhere. If you exterminate, then, like, you basically massacre the population, or, like, you know, destroy everything that's basically inside. Occupy just occupies it.
Now would be a good time to learn how to control the development of your settlements. By selecting and constructing the correct buildings, you can attract more people to tax, create a bigger pool of recruits, and gain access to better units. Left-click on the construction button to begin building improvements in this settlement.
So yeah, I basically beat the same mission.
To keep this settlement safe and to support your troops, you need to improve Tarquinii's public order rating and your income. To do this, you must 1. Build a shrine to Jupiter to help keep the population happy. 2. Build better roads to increase trade and troop movement speeds. 3. Build at least 4 units of town watch to act as garrison. Although you will need to spend a few turns clicking the end turn button to achieve this, don't worry. You can spend this time exploring the scrolls and buttons on your control panel. There will be more action soon.
Now, I'll note, by the way, they basically say, like, you know, you can use town watch. I think Town Watcher considered to be the worst unit in this game for anything, even for garrison duty. So, something to keep in mind. Apparently got the Greek Turncoat. So, here I can see overrated buildings, you can see the damaged walls.
Manual recruitment can only take place when a governor is present in a settlement. If there is no permanent governor in place, you may wish to queue up units for training. Left-click on a unit to add it to the recruitment queue, and again to remove it. You can change the order of training by left-clicking and dragging unit icons in the queue. You will not be able to train any units if there are too few men in the settlement to recruit.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't realize that you could actually, like, you know, that was actually a thing basically back in the original Run to War, where, like, you know, you need to get her into settlement to actually build up stuff. Didn't know that's a thing, but whatever. This manual recruitment can only take place in a settlement. And if you basically don't have him basically in a settlement, then, like, you know...
This is the button you click for recruiting armies. No faction can survive without armies, and this is where you build them. You need to have the money and a population to recruit from, of course. This button becomes the mercenary hire button when you have an army outside of a settlement. Mercenaries are expensive, but can be useful in emergencies when troops are needed immediately.
Sir! Move out!
This scroll shows you details of a given general in your faction. The small panel at the top shows his rank, name, and current skill levels. Beneath are listed his retinue, traits, and details of any mercenaries that are available for hire at the time.
There's a Greek Turncoat right there we've basically got. So yeah, basically in a settlement now.
Manual construction can only take place when a governor is present in the settlement. If there is no permanent governor in place, you may wish to queue up buildings for construction. Left-click on a building's picture to add it to the construction queue, and again to remove it. You can move buildings in the queue to change construction order by dragging and dropping within the queue. Right-click on a building's picture to view its description.
That can be, like, you know, right-click to learn about stuff. So there's the wind walls. There's the wind palisade I currently have. Recruitment, retrain. So we want to basically get ourselves, like, you know, Triumph Jupiter, paved roads. That'll take 0 turns, so we basically put it right ahead.
Right-click to move your army to any part of the highlighted area. Attack by right-clicking on a rival's army or settlement.
Onward!
Put back in there.
You have constructed a shrine to Jupiter. This will help increase Tarquinii's loyalty to Rome. Make sure you upgrade your barracks in order to allow recruitment of units. This will allow you to move existing troops out of Tarquinii and onto more important duties.
Like conquering stuff. So my son came of age. And here's the stuff that's basically done. I guess I'll build 4 town watches for the hell of it. But yeah, it's usually recommended you get, like, you know, peasants instead, because...
This scroll gives you important information about a particular unit type. The number of men in the unit, training costs, and upkeep, the amount of cash it costs each turn. Its special abilities, if any, and some description. All of this can help you decide whether or not to train a unit.
So, yeah, peasants, like, are basically known to be, like, the best thing you can basically get for, settlements, because they're basically, like, you know, 20 more soldiers than, like, the town watch. And apparently the number of men basically, like, you know, impacts the amount of, like, morale you're basically gonna get from, like, you know, garrisoning a town. Like, you think that these guys would be awesome for, like, you know, guarding a town, but, nope. Peasants are better, even though they are statistically worse. start retraining these guys a little bit.
Left-click on my portrait in the scroll to ask for advice on what unit to recruit next from this settlement. Left-click on my portrait in the scroll to ask for advice on what to build next in this settlement.
Oh, we'll build the roads first, and then we'll talk to you. It's gonna take a few turns, by the way, but whatever. Get these guys basically out. Someone came with eggs. Trade increase for my guy here. Oh, this guy's apparently rather lazy. He's untruthful. Unusual.
You have now built a road. Roads are very useful for getting troops from A to B quickly, and also for increasing trade between cities. The better your roads, the more trade you will generate from the surrounding area.
Basically now I'm trading, getting more money.
At this time, it would be a sound strategy to build a temple of Jupiter in this settlement. This temple grants improved loyalty benefits.
Let's get this out of the way. So these guys are being built.
Once a character or army is moving towards their target, you can double their speed with an additional left or right click on the target.
Basically, go like that to move them a little bit faster.
The Senate are impressed with your progress. You must now take the Samnite city of Bovianum in the southeast. The Samnites have insulted the authority and dignity of Rome by supporting the Etruscan tyrant of Tarquinii in his resistance to Rome. They seem to prefer the company of Gauls and Greeks to the honest and upright people of Rome. To move your units out of a city, left-click on the city. Then left-click on the unit or agent in the review panel you wish to move out of the city. Hold down the Control key when selecting more than one unit to be moved. Once you have selected all the required units, right-click on a destination outside the city.
Now, it's always advisable, like, you know, leave a governor basically in town, so... Well... This guy might be best left behind. Oh, maybe not.
You can obtain better quality weapons and armor for your men by constructing a blacksmith, armorer, or foundry in this settlement. Once complete, you now have all the basics you need to manage a successful faction. Your only limits are your own ability and the whims of fate. You may wish to continue this campaign and steer your faction to dominance in Italy. You will still receive advice from time to time. Or you may want to move on to the Imperial campaign. As ever, the choice is yours. Roma Invicta.
So yeah, that's basically the campaign here. Increase the tax rate if I want. Well, this conquer that settlement down there, I guess, so...
General! General! Sir! Sir!
Let's get these guys basically out to play. Oh, apparently I still got my 2 archers. Interesting.
Merging armies!
We'll leave these guys basically back home.
Sir! Sir!
You can buy mercenaries.
more moves, sir.
Use backspace to stop the movement of your characters or armies on the campaign map.
March!
Some mercenary hoplites over here. These guys are definitely worth buying, by the way, just to throw it out there.
We can't do that, sir. March!
What's noticeable about these guys is that they can actually use a phalanx, which is basically what the militia hoplites were using that summon to fight me.
Move out! No more moves, sir.
So these guys are at war with Gaul. My faction leader apparently got to be a Inquisitor.
Use the spacebar to speed up movement of all characters or armies on the campaign map. Press the spacebar again to slow them down again.
March! No
That basically speeds them up a little bit. There's more Samites. Marriage celebrations for my faction heir. And apparently the guy back over there got himself a priest of Jupiter. Might as well build this.
Orders! Attack!
You should make sure you have a few siege weapons before you try and storm the walls of Bovianum. You already have onagers, but a battering ram will be useful for destroying the gates. These can be built in the siege panel that opens when you attack the city for the first time. You might also want to keep the siege going for a while to demoralize the enemy a little and give you time to build siege equipment.
You know, pretty important.
Members of your faction's ruling family develop character traits that affect their abilities. Some are present from birth, and others are acquired as a character gains experience in battle or through management of a settlement. The strength of an army is shown on its banner. The more colour on the banner, the more men are present. Any stars next to the army show the command rating of its general.
Engage the enemy! Besieging settlement, sir!
Build bunch of these if I want.
Settlement under siege, sir!
You can try and make counter proposals against this guy if you want to, so. Sometimes the strong warriors must bite his tongue and accept the unacceptable. You agree to your proposal for now. So basically got some money basically doing that. Do we cease fire?
Orders! Engage the enemy!
I'm not sure I'd win this battle if I all resolve, but, you know, I'm not going to play this too much longer, so.
View the results of this battle in detail by clicking on the Battle Statistics button in the bottom left-hand corner of this scroll. Click on the tick button to continue your campaign.
Basically, I killed off Posthumus.
Victory! Settlement captured!
We're going to occupy to get some 683 denarii. Enslave to get same amount of denarii, but the population is dispersed over here. And exterminate. Now, note by the way, if I basic exterminate, I'll get like more money, and also kill a bunch of population, but also destroy it for the most part. I wish I could actually see like how much population is basically in this settlement. I could actually show like what happens when I basically like enslave, but whatever. Basically, like the 3,000 like population here, about half of it will go here, and like the other half will go to Rome. That's what happens. They give me some money based on my efforts.
Use this scroll to review the economic conditions in a settlement. Change the...
So, practice range, most barracks, sewers. Alright, well, I feel this is basically enough to sort of like, give an idea of like,
Left click
the
on
tutorial
graphics
here.
options to add or remove.
I want to basically like sort of go through the tutorial here to sort of like, both get immersed to the game again, but also for the fact that like, there is no tutorial basically in Remastered. So I felt it's kind of important to like, show it off. There might be a victory condition for like the Mars, campaign there, but let's get to the real thing. That's what I'm basically here for. Look at that, here's like the stuff for camera and such, so... File menu, strategy menu, let's see this, camera. There's an FPS style 7 apparently. Alright, well, that was the original like Rome to the War prologue. Took me a little bit over an hour to do it, but let's get into the main one. The main campaign.